Hola familia.
Hola.
Thank you all for being here for the entirety of this event. We'll be moving into, I guess I'll be commencing our sort of closing ceremony. Um, this will be more of an informal setting for us as organizers, and then a few special guests to kind of give thanks and help us in closing. So I'd like to just start off by thanking all of the incredible contributions that each and every one of y'all have made to this event by either just being here, by helping us plan out, by sitting on hours and hours of calls with us, trying to make sure that we create a space that is not just inviting and a celebration, but is also Boricua in and really serves to create this sense of community and family that I think is very oftentimes hard and difficult to find at Yale. Specifically, I'd like to thank Ivan. I'd like to thank Gabriela, Ariana, Sonia, my fellow sort of co-chairs and co-planners for this event. I'd like to thank more specifically as well alumni who I've gotten the chance to have very intimate conversations with and who've really sort of helped us just get over, I guess, this sense of imposter syndrome as we've kind of moved through and helped and worked on planning this event. Really from the ground up. So specifically individuals such as our founders like Manuel del Valle, Eduardo Padro, Gilbert Casellas. I also spoke with Jose Montes over this past summer. I think these were all wonderful conversations that really contributed to this space being here and this space being created. So I really want to just thank all of you for being here. And now I'll just pass it off to one of my other co-chairs of this event to take us away with closing remarks as well. So thank you all for being here.
Thank you again so much. And thank you, Christian, for your words. I just wanted to make a brief statement from my perspective of the way this event has unfolded. So being a first generation student, I think I've never really felt a Yale legacy until these past few months working with CB on the 50th. And that has been a really unfamiliar, but a really incredible feeling to see the work that you all have done over the past several decades and to feel like there is a responsibility to carry that forward, to collect it and save it and maintain it for the future. And so I'm really happy that you all have really breathed life into this again and given us that inspiration to carry forward and to have that 50th, 75th, 100th anniversary, like I said. So thank you again, Christian, for really being the catalyst and the connection that really started that for us. And thank you to all the alumni who have really made it possible by being here.
So I just wanted to first say thank you to the board. I know it's been many long days just meeting with each other and honestly getting sick of seeing each other's faces, just thinking of all the details. But they've stuck around and now we're all here. And I know we're all very excited that we got to connect. But I know we're all very excited for a nap after the long days of festivities we've all had. Um, I also want to say thank you to specifically my panel. I love you guys. You guys dealt with me and me thinking of all these questions. You guys shared your experiences. That's really not easy, like putting yourself out there, but you guys did it. You guys did it with grace, and I think we all appreciate it. Um, Someone I really want to thank is Manuel. You have changed my mindset and like how I think of my Latinidad, and especially being a Yaley. And to what Sonia said, like having this personal responsibility. And I don't think that's an easy thing to do to change someone's mind in that way. So I thank you for that. And yeah, thank you for everyone to coming out. I know this has been like a feat in itself, but I'm so glad that everyone came and to many more years.
Hello, everyone. I am just completely in awe of how well this weekend has gone and how many people that I've met. I can't believe like even 2 months ago, having just started working and planning this event, and now we're already here and it's already over. And especially because I'm not on campus right now, this has just meant so much to me to be able to work with my peers, to be able to be a part of the Yale community, to be a part of the DB community in a time where we're really also isolated. This has just meant so much to me. I really want to thank all of my fellow board members. I want to thank Manuel del Valle, who really is just so inspirational. He just hypes us up so much. And really in the beginning, when it was so hard to even imagine this event coming to fruition, it was he really was the one who was kind of pushing us along. I wanted to thank Magda Vergara, my mother, because she was incredibly helpful when I couldn't find any information. I was just like, please help me. I don't even know where to start with this. I wanted to thank Miriam Sierra for an incredible job at the memorial service yesterday, Professor Ana Ramos Zayas for her work, and Professor Hernandez for her work as well at the Afro-Boricua Legal Perspective event today. Just went so incredibly well. It went beyond anything I could have imagined. And I think that this weekend really did that for me. And I think that this is really the beginning of what, bringing back DB to its former glory, right? And just kind of the next chapter of DB. So thank you to you all for being a part of this experience. And I'll hand it over to another committee member.
Yes, thank you so much, Gabby. I mean, the whole process that has been put into this 50th anniversary celebration has really been transformative. The meetings I've had with alumni, special thank you to Manuel del Valle, who has really just been extremely formative in our meetings, our 4-hour long meetings that we had as a board, many long meetings, working on the process. And there are 5 words that he left with me that I will take to heart about the DB process. And those are connect, create, community, context, and contribute. And those 5 words are a vision that I've taken to heart and I will take and bring to my work with DB in the future. I'd also like to thank Arnaldo, Lijun, Dean Jorge Torres, Lourdes Rivera, Alejandro Comas Short, and Adriana Colon Adorno for all your help and with my events and just really being so available, being vulnerable, and just being willing to help the board. This really has been a transformative experience for me, and I am very, very grateful to share this space with you all now. I would now like to transition into our closing ceremony, and we have 2 very special guests with us tonight. Peter Salve and Marta More have graciously agreed to deliver remarks as we close Despierta Boricua's 50th anniversary. Conversations between current students, alumni, and the administration on how Yale can support Despierta Boricua are ongoing. As we all gather here tonight, Despierta Boricua extends a warm thank you to President Salve and Ms. More for acknowledging Despierta Boricua's rich history and for supporting our future. In continuation with the organization's history and the university's history, Despierta Boricua would like to invite President Salve to meet with the board in order to further discuss areas of collaboration, ideally before the end of April, or by the very least before the end of the semester. We will certainly be in touch in the next weeks. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. However, before I transition to President Salve and Marta More, I would like to pass it over to Lourdes Rivera, who has prepared a few remarks.
Thank you, Ivan. Thank you, President Salve and Ms. Mare for joining us. It is really meaningful. Just to situate myself, I'm Lourdes Rivera. I'm class of 87 Davenport and class of 90 from Yale Law School, and now a proud parent of a newly admitted student. And I'm really glad to have this opportunity to share with you that for the Despierta Boricua alumni and honorary alumni who joined us these past couple of days, and for me specifically, this has been such an incredible event commemorating our 50 years of Despierta Boricua. Despite being virtual and with all the challenges of COVID, the DB Organizing Committee, with the support of Dean Galvez, La Casa's director, Carolina Davila, did a phenomenal job. And I really hope we can come together in person really soon, right? So let's plan for that. And throughout the past day and a half, many of us shared how important DB and the structures that help to create community and sustain us, from active recruitment to prop to floating counselors to La Casa, the academic programs and faculty, and our connection to the Puerto Rican New Haven community, all were and have been so very important to our success at Yale and beyond. And even with all the challenges and the difficulties and growing pains, we just heard about some of those, and there were many. But you know, there is such excitement and motivation within this alumni group coming from this 50th anniversary to formalize our DB alumni structure and to support DB to be an even more robust organization and to make sure that the students have the support they need to be successful. As many of us experienced, Yale can be an especially transformative experience for those who come from poor and working class backgrounds. And we want to make sure that this is an opportunity that exists for future generations. And, you know, there's been some concern expressed that there's been some lost ground here, and we want to help to make it better. We want, as alumni, to be supportive with time and treasure, as each of us can, to be a partner with you and with Yale in this goal. We've already started moving forward with a project to archive our DB history at Yale. And as Yvonne said, it would be great if the incoming DB board can kick off this conversation with you in the next few weeks, hopefully before finals for their sakes, and also to loop us in as an alumni community in the most constructive way and possible and as soon as possible. And with that, I just want to say again, thank you. My heart and spirit are full, and I look forward to being in communication.
Well, it's good to see everyone, and thank you for including us. When the invitation came, it was only a day or two ago, we were delighted to be able to join you. And, you know, in my heart of hearts, I may be a Jewish boy from New Jersey, but my wife is Puerto Rican, and I think most of you know that. And so this group is near and dear to our hearts.
His wife is what makes him the good Jewish boy.
Marta will tell you a little bit about her family. We won't take too long because I know it's been you've been talking with each other for a couple of days now, and this is the end. But let me say a couple of things. Marta will tell you a little bit about her family in a minute. But first of all, it's great to see so many alumni coming back. I know I recognize some of you because I taught some of you introductory psychology or psych and law, and it's nice to see you in this context. And I recognize I didn't do too much damage as your teacher, so appreciate you coming back. You know, over the last few years, we've really been pushing, obviously, diversity, equity, inclusion, belongingness, and the numbers are starting to move, but the numbers are only a small part, a really small part of this. And you know, Lourdes made the comment about how transformative Yale is for working class families. My dad was the first one in his family to go to college. Marta is the first one in her family to go to college. And we, just in the last 6 years, we've doubled the number of Pell eligible students who are in Yale College. And we've almost doubled the number of first generation in Yale College. But as I said, the numbers are they're only a small part of what we have to celebrate, what we have to accomplish. An even bigger part is belongingness. And that is everyone who's at Yale has to feel like this is as much their university as it is everyone else's. And if you didn't have 4 or 5 generations of Yaleys before you, or you're the first person from your high school to come to Yale, or the first person from your town, or you know, nobody ever heard of Yale in your family, you know, you should be able to walk onto this campus and feel that sense of belonging like anyone else can. And changing the culture so that it feels that way is my goal. Kim Goff Cruz, our vice president and secretary, vice president for University Life, co-chaired a committee this past year that wrote a really good report on things that we can do. In addition to pushing the numbers, in addition to recruiting a more diverse student body, to really help people feel that this is their Yale, that this is, that you belong here, that everyone belongs here. So we're working very, very hard on this. Of course, COVID has created a very strange year. March 9th was my first day of working from home. So we're now, you know, for me, it's a year and 4 days of essentially working from home and conducting business over Zoom. But I'm hoping that the next time we are celebrating an anniversary of DB, hopefully it won't be 50 years from now, we'll be able to bring you all to 43 Hill House and celebrate at the house with a gathering. And I can't promise great Puerto Rican food, although we will try. And Marta's side of the family, the arroz con gandules were pretty good, and I learned, I studied with her mother, you know, and I'll see what I can do. But we really would like to have you at the house. We really would like to be able to celebrate with you in a non-virtual way. So let's not wait 50 years, and let's be able to do that. To all the alumni and current students, yes, we can cater. Somebody is talking about El Coquí. We can cater from El Coquí. We've done it. And Marta and I, the first house we owned was in Fairhaven, and so El Coquí and other Grand Avenue establishments were our go-to places. Anyway, I very much hope we can celebrate in much less than 50 years. Like maybe we should do a 51st anniversary, because we'll be able to all get together for that. We very much would love to host you. So to the alumni again, and to the students, current students who put this all together, I've been hearing from people emailing me and chatting with me privately just how great a couple of days this has been. And I know how much work goes into this. It's very hard to pull it off, particularly in this era of COVID, where we have to rely on Zoom and keep everybody safe and healthy. And I thank you for doing it. You are building community. I will try. Okay, I will try to always set the right tone from the top, but it's the community that builds community, and you are doing that. You're building community in a way that Yale should be famous for, really should be famous for. So thank you all, and congratulations to DB on its 50th anniversary. Happy anniversary. Let me turn things over to Marta for just a minute, and then we'll let you go.
So I just wanted to say thank you. I know you said you're all exhausted, but you look beautiful to me. And the workshop we saw was wonderful. I've never seen so many beautiful faces. And I feel like an abuelita who is so proud of her children. And so I am, as Peter says, a New Yorican from Banana Kelly in the Bronx. And I spent more than 40 years when I finished jail at the public health school and in fact, I had the same conversation with my mother. I said to my mother, I'm going to Yale. I can't believe this. I'm going to go to graduate school at Yale. She said, ay, Dios mío, you're going to jail? Why are you going to jail? So anyway, we got that all straightened out. But I just wanted to say that for 40 years, I worked in the threshold of a lot of the things that were affecting our Latino families in urban centers and in rural centers in Puerto Rico, working on things like maternal and child health, which I now teach at Southern, and doing work in the early days of the HIV/AIDS virus affecting Latinos. We got the first U.S. Conference of Mayors grant in the city of New Haven, and it was wonderful. There is so much to talk about, but let me just leave you with two thoughts. Number one, I agree with Peter. If you do this again, do not hesitate to use the president's house. It's not our house. It's it's everybody's house. So welcome to come to do planning. Welcome to come and use the kitchen to cook and plan and talk. And welcome to have a closing ceremony at the president's house if you would like. To all you alums, I'm delighted you came back to Yale for this. To all of you students that are here today and are a part of Yale, my heart goes out to you because the work continues to need to be done. It is you that I turn to, and every one of my Latino and African-American students at Southern that I turn to, and I say, the world relies on you to set it right. So I am prouder than I can ever be of anything, and gracias por todos.
Thank you all very much. So as you heard, the Bronx is in the house. I don't know if they still do this, but the Bronx is in the house. Marta did grow up just north of Longwood on Kelly Street for many years. Her father is from Old San Juan, and her mother is from Fajardo, Luquillo Beach area. And we all look forward to getting to know you better and to breaking bread with you and to joining you from for the next anniversary. Thank you for including us.
Adios. Buenas tardes.
Thank you so much, President Salve and Ms. Marta More, for that wonderful address. And thank you as well, Lourdes, for your wonderful address as well, and to the rest of the planning committee. I'm just filled with a lot of love for everyone really on this call, especially everyone who came out to support, who really, even the alumni who we reached out to. This was really an effort that was by and for the community. So I really appreciate every single one of y'all for being here. And I think now, in terms of closing, we can sort of begin to have a short little 5-minute break and then transition into our more social space. So thank you all so much for being here. I hope y'all aren't too exhausted and that you're ready to maybe chat a little more with one another. So happy for all of you to be here. Thank you so much. And I hope y'all have a great night. So we'll give 5 minutes for everyone transition out if y'all need to leave, but thank you.